కృష్ణ మహామంత్రికి నితాయ్ గౌర్ ప్రేమన. ఓం నమో భగవతే వాసుదేవాయ. ఓం నమో భగవతే వాసుదేవాయ. ఓం నమో భగవతే వాసుదేవాయ. Reading from Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam, first canto, creation, chapter 7, the son of Drona punished, text number 55. Sūta uvacha, Sūta uvacha, Arjunaha sahasa ajñaya, Arjunaha sahasajñaya, Arjunah sahasajñaya, Hare Adram atasina, Hare Radram atasina, Hare Radram atasina, Manim jahara murdanyam, Manim jahara murdanyam, Manim jahara murdanyam, Vijasya saha murdajam, Vijasya saha murdajam, Vijasya saha murdajam. Sūta uvacha, Arjunaha sahasajñaya, Harer ardam atishana, Manim jahara murdanyam, Vijasya saha murdajam. Sūta uvacha, Arjunaha sahasajñaya, Harer ardam atishana, Manim jahara murdanyam, Vijasya saha murdajam. Word to word meaning, synonyms. Sūtaha, Sūta Gosvāmī. Uvacha, said. Arjunaha, Arjuna. Sahasa, just as that time. Ajñaya, knowing it. Arehe, of the Lord. Adram, motive. Ata, thus. Asina, by the sword. Manim, the jewel. Jahara, separated. Murdanyam, on head. Dvijasya, of the twice born. Saha, with. Murdajam, hairs. Translation and purport given by Jagadguru Srila Prabhupada. Jagadguru Srila Prabhupada ki. Translation. Just then, Arjuna could understand the motive of the Lord by his equivocal orders, and thus his sword severed both hairs and jewel from the head of the Aśvatthāmā. Please repeat the translation. Just then, Arjuna could understand the motive of the Lord by his equivocal orders. And thus, with his sword, he severed both hairs and jewel from the head of Aśvatthāmā. Purport. Contradictory orders of different persons are impossible to carry out. Therefore, a compromise was selected by Arjuna by his sharp intelligence, and he separated the jewel from the head of Aśvatthāmā. This was as good as cutting off his head, and yet his life was saved for the practical purposes. Here Aśvatthāmā is indicated as twice born. Certainly he was twice born, but he fell down from his position, and therefore he was properly punished. Thus ends the Bhaktivedanta purport. Om Ajnanatimmirandasya Jnananjanashalakya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Namavom Vishnupadaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutalim Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swamy Nitinaminim. Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharinim Nirvishesha Sunyavadi Pachyatya Deshatarine Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadara Shri Vasadi Gaurabhaktarumda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Continuing to the previous verses, we are continuing in still the same chapter. The son of Drona is punished. In this sloka, Sūta Gosvāmī is telling, by understanding the mood and the equivocal words of Lord Shri Krishna, Arjuna has taken the decision. See, in a contradictory situations, that is also right, this is also right. What decision we have to take? So tough time to decide. Very tough to decide where to, what to do, what not to do. Here, Bhima is telling to kill the Aśvatthāmā, and Draupadi and others, headed by Dharmaraja, Yudhishthira Maharaja, his brothers, telling not to kill. Then what decision Arjuna has to take? And he approached Krishna, because all these things looked equal. Then what to do? He approached Krishna. Krishna also lifted his hands. He said, yes, now I leave it to you, you do. Both are correct, only you do whatever you want. Then what Arjuna has to take? Then Arjuna could understand, yes, now what should I do? Then, as mentioned in these words, he shaved he tonsured the hairs of the Aśvatthāmā. See, tonsuring the hairs in the pilgrimage, it's different. Tonsuring hairs, insulted by somebody, it's so much insult for them. It's almost like killing. In Telugu, there is gundu kotichi gaadi meeda ureginchtam, like that we say, no? That is so much insulting for one person. Like that, tonsuring or shaving head is also so much insulting, almost like a killing. And Arjuna, not only that, he also removed the jewel from the head of the Aśvatthāmā. The Shiromani, Shiroratna. Actually, Aśvatthāmā was born after praying to Lord Shiva. Who is the father of Aśvatthāmā? Dronacharya. Mother? Krupi. Dronacharya and Krupi, they underwent many severe austerities to please Lord Shiva. So, by pleasing with their austerity, Lord Shiva asked for a boon. Then Dronacharya and Krupi requested a son with the same power of Lord Shiva to be begotten by Krupi. So, Shiva blessed with the blessings of Shiva. Aśvatthāmā was born with the jewel. With the birth only is born in the head, exactly on the forehead near top, he born with the jewel. The jewel protects Aśvatthāmā with any illness, hunger, thirst, and if enemies came and attacked with the deadly weapons, it protects. So that jewel also Arjuna removed. So blood is using out all these things. Then, because of removing the jewel, Aśvatthāmā, remaining years, how many is a Chiranjeevi? He has to live with the hunger and thirst. Because the jewel is removed. Jewel is previously protecting with hunger and thirst. Now jewel is not there, he cannot take anything. His body is wounded fully. Now with that suffering, he's living like that. He's actually not living, he's suffering. It's more worse than death, like that they say. Okay? That is the situation. See, Arjuna, even though he's under pressure from both the sides, he could take correct decision. Cutting off hair means cutting off his head. It's indirect way of killing. But his breathing means he's living. So both the parties are satisfied. Insulting him in such a way that is as good as killing him. But still his breathing and his life air is there, is alive. So both the promises, both the parties were satisfied. This could only possible to Arjuna because he is a devotee of Lord Krishna. Without the guidance of Vedic knowledge or without the guidance from the pure devotee like Srila Prabhupada, we cannot take right decision. Do you agree? Many circumstances we have faced in our life. These kind of situations, both are correct. After 10th class, we have to take medical or engineering. This is the big question. Oh my God, what to do? Some say medical, you become a doctor, this is so good. You get just a stipend. If you go for MS, just for stipend, you will get 1 lakh. What do you think? In engineering, MTech and all, you'll get only 20K, maybe now 50K, that's all. But for Dr. MS, if you go after completing NEET, you'll get a stipend of 1 lakh. Then, no, engineering is so good. Doctor means you have to cut their bodies, all these things. Doubt. Many people regret their decisions. I have chosen this one. I should have chosen that. Yes or no? We all regretted like that. We'll say, yes, I have taken right decision. No, I would have taken that decision. We all would have thought. But Arjuna never thought like that. Why? Because he's the devotee of Lord Krishna. Why we are thinking like that? I would have taken other. That time we are not into Krishna consciousness. We have not taken the right decision. Like that. Even these nyayas, even ordinary women in the Vedic time, they know. Actually, in the politics also, there are three different things are there. What is Dhamma, Sama, and Dhana. Dhamma, Sama, and Dhana. Dhamma means repression. By your words, you should repress the other person. You are like this, you did like this, you repress them. Then, Sama means compromise. Okay, whatever happened, we'll compromise to this one. We'll come to one compromise. That is called Sama. Then Dhana. Dhana means asking for a gift, begging for a gift. Dhana. This is applied by Devaki. These three decisions is applied by Devaki when she is pleading to spare the life of the girl. Yashoda Mata begat the girl child, and Nanda Maharaja exchanged Krishna with the girl child, and he brought the girl. Then Kamsa has taken the girl baby to kill. Then Devaki is pleading. She is telling, "Oh Kamsa, you so cruelly killed all my sons. I have not questioned you. Now she is a girl." The Akashvani told, in the male child hands you will be died. Now she is a girl, you don't have anything. You acted so cruelly still. I am not doing anything. Like that she suppressed or she repressed Kamsa. Then she came to compromise. Sama. Then she is telling, okay, whatever happened, I'll take it as my karma. I'll take it as a time. She is told exactly. Then she compromised by saying the words, It's not his fault. It's not his fault. It just according to destiny it happened. Like that, she came to compromise. She came to compromise. Then she's asking, at least you just spare this girl child. I'll pamper her at least. You don't have anything. She's asking for the dana, gift or charity. See, so wonderfully she is acting. An ordinary woman like Devaki knows these things. But an educated people in this world, current situation, we don't know. Actually, last time when I met somebody, a Tamilian, she's telling, people now goes to hotel management. Management course teaches what? Mainly hotel management. How to treat a guest. Mainly because hospitality. But those people don't know to handle one guest who comes to in their house. If one guest comes, how to treat them, how to welcome them, they don't know. But they study hospitality and handle big hotels. But our ancient grandmothers, they know. Even 20 people comes, they are ready. They'll please 20 people, no issue. 20 people they come, yes, how to cook them in half an hour, 1 hour time, the meals will be ready. At the end, if the trip was cancelled, they didn't come. 20 people meals were left out. In current situation, what we'll do? We'll throw it in dustbin. That is the hotel management people mostly does. Otherwise, whatever they eat and remaining things put it into dustbin. Then grandmothers, what they used to do with the rice, they used to put the vadiyas, some kind of fries they used to make. Then later you can oil fry it and eat. And that rasam, what they made, they can cook again and again, and they used to feed. Olden days, when fridges were not there, our grandmothers used to cook a dough for the dosas or idli and keep like that without getting it fermented. Like that. Without getting fermented, they used to safeguard it. How they used to safeguard? On the top of the dough, they used to put water. For whatever fermentation will come in the bubbles, that will go and mix in the water, the dough will be saved. The dosa dough will be saved. That is the technique, see. These days, who knows that technique? Only fridge is there, keep it in the fridge. Even though it is not healthy, no problem. Cook one day and use the same curry, same sabji, rasam for 4 or 5 days. Otherwise, these days, what they'll do, they'll just cook the rice and curry points are there. Go to the curry points and get the curries and save it in the fridge for 3 or 4 days. And did the same thing. All unhygienic food they'll eat. But what you are studying? Hotel management. See, this is the current situation. But our own ancient grandmothers, they are not like that. They can handle 20 guests in one day. They didn't go for any studies. Maybe our grandmothers are much better than these current day hospitality services. See, like that. Being a lady, she knows the politics better than any other politician. Dhamma, Sama, and Dhana. She applied these 3 things. In many situations, compromise situations comes. The same situation comes in the Daksha's character and Lord Shiva's time also. When Daksha, he decided to perform an yajna, he invited all the people in the universe. He invited Kinnara, Kimpurushas, Lord Vishnu also invited, Brahma also invited. But Shiva went against him by giving shelter to the Lord Chandra. He didn't invite him. Like this, he insulted Lord Shiva. Even though he didn't invite Lord Shiva and Sati, Sati decided, because that is my own house. What is there? I'm the youngest one. Fathers and mothers will be so much love and affection for the youngest ones, youngest babies, whether he is a man or a woman, man or a girl or a baby, youngest children, they'll be having more affection. So she thought like that, and she, what is there, I'll go and speak with my father. I can then compromise the situation between the Lord Shiva and Daksha, and my father also come and invite him also, and he'll also come. Like that she nicely thought, and she decided to go for Daksha Yajna. Then Shiva, he told, I don't want to come. Then he gave his bull Nandi to travel for her, and he sent some ganas, Bhuta ganas, for her protection. If a woman is going, no, previous date it's not like that. One lady singly, she'll go in a bus, and in midnight she travels. No, nothing like that. Previously, they used to go in a chariot or a palanquin. Prabhupada says, even his times, his mother, she has to go from one street to other street, not even to next village, just other street. She used to demand that palanquin from his father. You bring that palanquin. Then palanquin will come, and some people will be safeguarding her, and they'll carry her to the next street. That's the next street only, not to the next village also. So Shiva also sent some Bodhaganas for her protection. Then she went. All her sisters are not welcoming. His father is not at all speaking with her. And his mother also, she spoke little like that. And she felt so much insulted. And his father started criticizing Shiva because she's a devotee. And Sati means a faithful wife of Lord Shiva, a Pativrata. She could not bear that insult. So she decided to give up her life. Then the Bodhaganas came, no? The Bodhaganas were stopped by some demigods which were created from the Yajna. Bhrigu, by chanting Yajurveda mantras, he created Rutu Deva. He created Rutu Deva. Shishi Radha Gondiki, Shishi Nitai Goranki. Bhrigu created Rutu Deva demigods. They defeated both the Ganas. They didn't allow it inside the Dakshajna. Only Dakshayani came, and she decided to give up her life. Nobody stopped also. Then she gave up her life. Then immediately Narada, what he do? Narada works only for the Loka Kalyana. Means the welfare of the entire world, the welfare of the entire universe. So immediately carried the news from here to Kailasa Parvata and informed Shiva. Sati has gave up her life. She is dead now. Then immediately Shiva got so much anger. You such a person, Daksha, you became the cause for my wife's death. So what I'll do like that? He came and killed Daksha also, and he has taken that body, and he is doing, he did Shiva Thandava. That and all different story. Then later how Shakti Pitas and all came. But Sati thought she could compromise, but she could not get compromised. Because Daksha is not a pure devotee. Even though her intentions were right, if other people are also not like-minded, or they are not into Krishna consciousness, we won't get this kind of situation, favorable situations every time. Because Daksha is not pure devotee. He's just a Prajapati. He believes Vishnu, all these things, but he's not a pure devotee. So, then after giving up his body, they attached one goat head to Daksha. Then he came alive. That time he started developing devotions. That time he became little good. Then that time he came to compromise. See, even though her intentions were right, she wanted to compromise, but she could not get compromised. But if you take the Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's situation, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, after taking sannyasa, he just want to go to Vrindavan, nowhere else. Practically, little cheating Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Nityananda Prabhu diverted. Instead of going to Vrindavan, he diverted him to Shantipura. And he sent a messenger to Advaitacharya, be ready in the Shantipura, Lord is coming. Then after this, whatever happened. Then because of her mother's, Sachi Devi's desire, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu cancelled and he got compromised with his decision. Cancelled Vrindavan Yatra and he diverted. And he established his headquarters for preaching in the Puri. Because Puri means it's so close by. And Sachi Mata says, Puri and Bangladesh, West Bengal especially, just like a two rooms in one house. Just next to next. Very easily one can travel. Those days, people used to go by walk. Those days only she's telling, it's like just like a two rooms in one house, side by side. So the news of your welfare will come every time to me. People very oftenly they'll come. See, because of that desire, Sachi Mata, she's a devotee, pure devotee of Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Krishna. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, because by obliging to her mother's decision, he compromised with decision. He's compromised with his decision and changed the entire thing. See, what is supposed to come Vrindavan, everything changed and came to Puri. Entire thing is changed. That is because he acted as a devotee. Of course, Lord is Supreme Personality of Godhead. But on the material platform, he acted as a devotee with good qualities. They changed like this. If you see like that, many pastimes are there. Then in these words, also one good word is there. What is that? Contradictory and compromise. Prabhupada is telling contradictory. If you take the contradictory word, sometimes we'll also get confused. What is this? Prabhupada is telling this is also right, that is also right. Some transcendental things, some transcendental pastimes appears contradictory. Just like we say, Lord is Aja. Aja means what? Unborn. Lord is Aja. But he appears in the animals as a boar, Varaha Avatara. He appears as a human being, as Lord Rama and Krishna, Parasurama, like that. And he appears in the aquatics as Matsya Avatara, as a fish. Then what is this? Prabhu is telling Lord is Aja, he is never born, but he is taking birth. Rama is born from the womb of the Kausalya, Krishna is born from the womb of Devaki. It's a contradictory. Then how to understand? How to understand? How to understand? Yeah. Then we cannot understand. Both are correct. Lord is unborn because he don't come and touch with this material world. But he appears. That's why Lord's birth is called appearance, not birthday. We'll come, we'll celebrate it. From the material point of view, we cannot understand. Only a pure devotees like Srila Prabhupada, for them there is no contradictory. In any spiritual these things, many things, it will appear as a contradictory. But for the pure devotees, nothing is contradictory. And in the Shruti mantras, it is said that Supreme Brahman has nothing to do. Correct, no? Lord has nothing to do. No one is equal to or greater than him. Like that, they'll say. But he comes to this material world and Krishna kills so many demons. Rama killed Ravanasura, Tataki and all. Then again, this is also contradictory. Then what do you say? Again, Lord's Leelas are transcendental, not on the material platform. Not on the material platform. Krishna is nothing to do. Only his energies will carry away all these things. In the Krishna's form also, in the Krishna, Narayana will become active and he kill the demons. Krishna never kills. Prabhupada says, no? In the Krishna book and all. In the Krishna, whoever Narayana form will become active and he will kill. Krishna is only meant for enjoyment, that's all. When Rasalila and all these things is there, when he's enjoying with his cohort boyfriends and all, he'll enjoy like that. Whatever this thing is there, when pastimes has to happen, Narayana will, Vasudeva will become hyper, he'll become active and he'll kill. Like that. That situations we cannot understand until unless a pure devotee like Srila Prabhupada reveals. But what others will do, see, it is like this, they'll say like this. I think few years, 1 or 2 years back, I think a movie came, some Malayalam movie, I think. In that, there was one religion, people are telling, Lord Rama, why he has to cry? If he's a Lord, why he has to cry? And the separation for his wife. Then how he's become a Lord? They'll question like this, it seems, to convert. The same question to Sati. When Sati died, why Shiva has to cry? If he is a Lord, why he'll cry? Why he'll cry? See, Lord Rama, I think I already told this one in my last classes. Okay. Lord Rama, why he came to this material world? To establish Dharma, that is one thing. One more thing Prabhupada says, to show how an ideal king will act. How one ideal king should act. A good human being should act. Maryada Purushottama should act. Then, if he didn't cry like this, following Lord Rama, nobody will act like the protect and all. How to protect his wife is showed by Lord Rama. Even though in itself is required, it doesn't require any pleasure from others, but still he accepts pleasure from Sita Devi, who is non-different from Lord Rama. Lord Rama's pleasure potency is Sita Devi. Yes? So, to set an example, how to protect, by killing entire dynasty also no problem, you have to protect your wife. He showed that one, that principle that they don't understand. They'll tell only this much. They don't tell the principle. For protecting your own wife, you killed entire dynasty. Anybody will do in these days. Even if you kill others, entire dynasty also no problem, but you should give protection to your wife and your children and your praja, the living entities in your kingdom. See, he came to set an example, that's why he did like this. And this moroseness, this thing, everything came from the Lord. Sometimes Lord will take pleasure in that also. Krishna, why he has to cry, is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. You want to enjoy the Vatsalya Rasa from the Yashoda Devi. That's why he'll enact the pastime of Damodara. He'll break the pot and he'll cry nicely. And he'll steal butter and he'll enact one more pastime. See, these transcendental pastimes cannot be understood by any religion and everybody. It can be understood only by the pure devotees. We can understand only if they reveal. That's why we should be obliged to Srila Prabhupada, because he revealed everything to us. See, in ancient days, next only slokas are sufficient. For Arjuna, only 700 slokas are sufficient for get realization. But later, maybe 1000 years, 2000 years back, explanations are required in the Sanskrit. That's why Bhashyas came. That Bhashyas also in Sanskrit only. Not in Telugu, not in English, nothing like that. Not in Hindi also. That explanations also, commentaries also in Sanskrit only. That logics and all used to be there. How to understand that logic, what came from what, they used to explain in the Sanskrit. Then for them only that much if you explain, they used to understand. Then later translations came. Only if they translate, yes, understand, we can understand. When it came to us, translations also were difficult to understand. All the Mayavadis, they made it contradictory, or they made it very difficult to understand the translations. That's why so many purports came. See, if this purports doesn't come, we'll we will understand Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam or Śrīmad-Bhagavad Gita. For us, 18,000 slokas is not sufficient. 18,000 purports and 18,000 translations with 18,000 purports are required for us to understand Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam. That work is given by Srila Prabhupada. That's why we should be obliged so much, whatever he gave for us. That is the thing. We in scriptures, so many things like this, it look contradictory, but nothing is contradictory to the Lord's thing. Then one more last point I'll just try to tell. Prabhupada is telling, preaching work is actually paropakara. Preaching work is described as paropakara, welfare activity for others. Those who are ignorant of the benefits of the devotional service must be educated by preaching. If one stops preaching and simply sits in a solitary place, he is engaging in the material activity. See, if you want to do real paropakara to anybody, we should preach Krishna consciousness. I told in many classes also, one can preach 10 people, that's all, in a year. That will multiply. It will become crores and crores in few years. And like that, we can make many devotees of Lord Shri Krishna. Then, this is the biggest welfare activity, highest welfare activity for the humanity. Preaching Krishna consciousness. That's what Srila Prabhupada is telling. If you don't preach, what will happen? They'll engage in the material activities. Just sleeping, eating, mating and defending. That's all they know. And a devotee never compromises in his preaching. If somebody says, Mayavadi says and comes, you do this thing. Many came and when we are constructing this temple, many suggested, you construct one more temple next to this temple, we'll give you some donations. Prabhu denied. No, we want only Krishna consciousness temples, no other temples. I don't mention the deity name and all. It's a public space, but they came. You construct the such and such temple, saint temple. We'll give so many donations. They Prabhu rejected. We don't compromise like that. Mayavadis also, they'll tell their philosophy. We don't compromise to Mayavadis. And all these activities, compromising, like if you compromise for material fame, material wealth, material knowledge, and all, if you compromise our philosophy, it's just like adding a sand and grains of sands and stars and dust in your heart. Prabhupada is exactly telling, a devotee should never make compromises with non-devotees by acting a professional guru, mystic yogi or miracle man. One may cheat or bluff general public and gain fame as a wonderful mystics. But all this considered as a dust, straw and grains of sand within the heart. In your heart, you're putting some sands of grains, some straws and some dust. In the crystal clear water is there, if you put some sand, if you some straws and some dust, if you put, how it will become muddy. And your heart also will get contaminated with these ideas. That's why no changes. Bhagavad Gita, read Bhagavad Gita as it is, not the changed edition. That's why no, it's changing means putting all these things, putting little sand, all these things and that. Still they are also pure. Why? They didn't change 100%. No, they may change 10%. Till 90% purity is there. If they change 20%, still the 80% purity is there. They claim, gee, all of you joined because of by reading changed books only. Yeah, changed books also 80% purity is there. No, you have not changed 100% Prabhupada words. 80% purity is there. 80% purity made us to join. One person told me like this only in Vrindavan. When you are changing books of Prabhupada, I asked, Prabhupada authorized him, he said, but Prabhupada didn't authorize anybody to change his books. Prabhupada is agnist. And he told, we all joined by reading the same books, he was telling to me. Then I told, 80% purity is there, that's with that 80% purity we joined, not with the 20%. In Bhagavad Gita, changes are few only, not 100%. But few also, why we want to do? Anyway, we came inside, no? That few, that 20% also will have 100% purity we want. Yes or no? That's why read 100% unchanged books. Okay? In this way, in our devotion, we should not compromise. In our principles, 4 regulated principles, we should not compromise. And if any contradictory things are there in our minds, we should reveal that to our seniors and get confirmation and clarity. Getting clarity in the philosophy is very important. For getting clarity, one should question. One should question for getting the clarity. If you question, answers will come. Even you don't want to ask anybody, you just write in a book. I told in previous classes also, you just write in the book. All the questions will be answered from the books of Srila Prabhupada the other day. The other day may come quickly, after 1 year also it may come. Okay? With this, I'll stop. If any questions are there, 1 or 2, I'll try to answer. Any questions? Okay. Grandhara Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam ki, Jagadguru Srila Prabhupada ki.